Welcome to Pop Your Shit, sir.
Thank you.
How you doing, handsome?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Fine. You know,
Got the microphone.
listen, I got
Glasses.
glasses on so I can see,
Yeah, my handsomeness got to be magnified.
and I see you well. I see you well. I'm hollering. So if y'all don't know who this handsome gentleman next to me is, the author KOLD. And when listen here, I'm gonna need y'all to read this here. Don't mind my nails, mind the book. I need y'all to read this because my mouth is open. Sir,
You
what
got
are
the
you doing?
original too. That's the big one. I put out the big ones. Ain't know what I was doing.
That's all right. But I read that. I read this. This was good.
Thank you.
Listen, Zara, she a whole Q-pin. Excited. She a whole pin out here in these streets. She the mastermind.
Definitely. She trying to put them on game.
Okay, so I know you probably can't tell me right now, but is Romeo gonna be what he set out to be? Is he
So
gonna make it?
I mean, I'm trying to let him make it. So Heart of the Streets. I know a lot of people when they read New to the Streets. You know, I've had so many DMs of them tell me how much they can't stand Romeo and how green he is and the mistakes he's making and stuff. And but I feel like in Heart of the Streets, he comes into his own. He's more polished and kind of not. They can't run over him no more. You know, he still got his thing with Zara because he wants Zara, but the man don't know how to focus.
He don't, because every time somebody throws some ass his way, he own it. He own it. And then, sir.
When you ain't
Monique
used
and
to
her
it,
sister, listen.
when you ain't used to getting none, and then all of a sudden the attention's on you and it's coming from all these directions, that's what he's caught up in is they giving me attention now. I'm somebody now. So he's just not used to it to where he can't decipher who's good for him, who's bad for him, and then understanding that some interactions, just have to be a high and by and passing. Cause like he ain't peep Monique, not Monique, but Mariah, trying to fleece him out the money and stuff.
But
So
he's again, I'm a chalk it up to he young. Because he's still 16, right? Like 16, 17?
yes, youngin.
He a youngin'. This old badass crazy woman. She should have went to jail, but she got what she deserved. Listen, she got what she deserved. The plot, I wasn't expecting that little plot twist. I didn't. I thought it was gonna be something altogether different.
With Monique and Zara.
I wasn't expecting that. Not at all. And I don't want to say it because I need them to go read it. But
it's so crazy too because speaking on the Mariah and Romeo thing, it's so common from what I see because like in Clarksville, the younger dudes is the ones that's doing the hustling and stuff like that, but they're getting the attention of the older ladies. It's a college right there, Austin P State University is right there, and Austin P is right behind the hood. So when they're doing like them little parties and stuff like that, the YNs, they're mixing in with them, and them females ain't caring about how old they are. They know they got the bag and they down for whatever. So it's just crazy.
But what I loved about your story is everybody was equal opportunity.
Oh yeah.
It was because I mean, when you normally read about street lit, unless the woman is the head of everything, they kind of fall back and play, the background. But not here.
No. I tell it from the so pretty much like Romeo's story, as I said, is 60% of my experiences when I was in that life. Because when I came into that side of the street life and stuff, I was green. I was so green. Didn't know what I was doing, and trying to do it by myself. Really, to the point when people caught on to what I was doing, they was upset with me because it's like, man, I'm just giving stuff away, kind of messing with the business. So I just wrote from that perspective because like the house, like I mean, I did them videos taking people around Clarksville, showing them. So that the house that I speak about Romeo living in was the house that I lived in and grew up in. And then the situation of the bag is I had a homeboy who found a duffel bag that had the same stuff in it, but less quantity of items in there. So I kind of expanded the items a little bit, but the same stuff he found. And, so I just told it from that. I just brought the two perspectives together of what I seen happen in that situation. So New to the Streets just started off as me telling this authentic story and just giving it an entertainment spin, but still having, something real tied in there. And then like when I got to the other sequels, I just expanded on it, speaking about it. But it started as a, authentic, true fiction, as I call it, a true fiction story.
What made you want to put it on paper, though?
So, well, I wrote New to the Streets when I was at the end of my bid. So my last bid was 8 years that I did. So when I first started writing books, it was presented to me as a challenge because I was speaking about the books we had available to us. So I was locked up in Kentucky, and our library in there, when it comes to Black authors, so small.
Very.
So we only had, I believe, 4 books we call them hood books. So we had 4 hood books: a Terry Woods book, a Ashley and Jaquavis book, a Wahida, and a Kiki. I don't know how to say her last name, like Swinson.
Kiki Swinson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we had that's the 4 authors. So I'm reading what's available to us, and like to me at the time, like I love the stories, but they didn't, like, for me going through what I went through and everybody I was locked up with when we're talking about the stuff we went through, it's like we can't relate to that stuff because it's kind of far-fetched to us because we'll be like, man, it doesn't play out like this. So when I'm telling them like, man, I could do better, they're like, they challenge me to it, we'll do it then. So I went into my cell and started working on a book called The Bottom, which I'm going to put that out. I'm working on putting that one out there. But I started working on that, and then my homeboy from Cincinnati, he came in there and was reading it as I was typing it. He was like, yeah, this is good right here. And at first I'm thinking he's just hyping me up because we do that in prison. We we know somebody be bogus, but we'll hype them up. But then it started floating around the prison, and everybody was coming to my door to read this book that I was working on. And then it just took off from there to where I'm using stories. I'm making stories based on situations that I've seen for myself, experienced, or the experiences of other people that I know, that I've been locked up with. I don't know how many times people came up to me like, man, my life could be a book, and I'll listen to them. And a lot of them wasn't book material, but some of them I took the experiences of them, I asked them about them, and I made stories about that. Just because I want it to be authentic. I feel like if you're going to talk about the streets, I don't ever want to make it to where people sit back like, man, that's so bogus and extra. Like, I want to be known as a person where I could take you and introduce you to these people that I'm talking about. I could take you to these places that I'm talking about. so that you could read news articles and see stories about these situations, and I've just made them entertaining. Uh, but still trying to have a lesson in there as well, because I want a lesson with Romeo as well, because he was this nobody and he frowned down on being known as a nobody, and he wanted this lifestyle and wanted this attention, but then he's going to learn what comes with that, with that attention. So sometimes it's best to just be cool with the situation you have, and not want the lifestyle that other people have, because they may make it look good, but once that stuff leads to like sitting in a cell, and then you losing people out your life, and like people you think is your people, and then them abandoning you and stuff like that, that you realize is for what? For a quick dollar, for like all the fast money I ever made, I've had nothing. I've never been able to keep it. Like when I got out, I didn't still have that stuff. I lost all of it, so I just try to put those lessons in there, but you're gonna be entertained by the stories at the same time.
So when did you know that this can actually be a career for you? I know that you have a full-time job. You on the lives with us. We on the lives with you. When did you know that, okay, I can really make this something into a career? This is something that I could leave back for kids, my family. When did you know?
It's interesting because I honestly, I didn't know I could make it a career. When I got out in 2022, like while I was locked up, I got all these ideas, like, oh yeah, I wrote all these books. I wrote 28 books. I'm like, I'm going to get it out. I'm going to put them out and try to make them movies and all this stuff. And then like a reality kind of hit me when I got out, to where, I had a small support system. I'm realizing I got these parole expectations. I got to get a job. I got to mend these relationships with my kids and all this stuff. So like my books kind of took a back burner when I got out, to where I wasn't really thinking about them as much. And then what made me start to put them out was my homeboys calling me from prison. Like, what are you doing with your books? Have you put them out yet? Because they're pushing me, to do it, because they know, like, I guess the impact my books had on them, because for so long I was their author inside the walls. I was their book library. So they've always wanted me to push my book. So I just got tired of the calls of me saying no, I haven't done nothing with them, to where I was like, okay, let me go ahead and see what I have to do to start putting them out and everything like that, which was a struggle in the beginning, because I didn't know, like, trying to do a cover and trying to like deal with the royalty situation and all that stuff, because I'm seeing like the royalty thing was kind of like discouraging, because I'm like, okay, I could put my book on here for like I think $14.99 and I get like $3.23 from it. I was like, what am I putting this out there for? But I wanted I stopped caring about the money aspect, because I'm like, well, these stories ain't just my stories. My goal has always been to highlight brothers that are incarcerated, because there's so much talent behind that fence. And I want to kind of be their voice here on the outside and do what I can for them. So that's what pushed me to do it, and continuing to do it is just I've seen and I've heard how it's got people's attention, and then me finally telling them when they call, like, yeah, I'll put the book out, and now they're trying to find it to get inside the walls so that they could share it in there, because that was originally my audience. I was taught in playwright class to know your audience, and my audience at the beginning was inmates. That's who I wrote my books for, inmates. The books we had were like short, like 100-some pages, 200 pages, and I never wanted to make a short book. That was the one thing I said. So I always had the goal in mind to make my words at least 100,000 words, Some are like 80,000, but most of my books are over 100,000 words to give it that length, because inside the penitentiary, it just means so much when you have a book that you can continuously read, because some people get a hold of those books and they damage them, and so I just keep that in mind. That's what led me to it.
So now that you have fans, because, sir, you have fans. Do you not think
But
so?
I know so. My inbox tells me.
I don't even want to know who go on the inbox. So I'm not gonna even. But now that you got fans, how do you feel about yourself as an author? Do you feel solidified in the position of as an author?
I don't feel solidified yet, because I don't feel like I've accomplished it yet, because I still go on to see, like, my reviews is at like 6 reviews or 8 reviews. I'm like, man, I'm trying to learn how to do better with getting it out there. Because a lot of my time is taken away from the job that I do have. But I don't feel solidified yet. But I feel it in my soul that it's coming, truly. So, yeah.
So when you first saw your name on your first book that you published, what was that feeling like?
I ain't gonna lie, I felt like, damn, because I did it wrong. Because it had my actual government name on there. I never wanted that. I wanted the KOLD to be on there. So, but after, like, when I go to pulling it up on Amazon and Goodreads and seeing that, and then seeing like the feedback from it, it's I can't even describe it. It just feels good. I be cheesing the whole time. Like, I don't even care if I don't think I have any with like bad reviews on there or anything like that. But even if it was, I still be cheesing at it. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, it feels good.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring up a little uncomfortable situation that happened for you, and I'm not. This is no slight to you at all, but you hopped in somebody's inbox, and their response was not favorable. They went to the left on their own. So, are you still going into people's inboxes saying, "Hey, do you mind reading my book?" Or what's that like for you now?
Yeah, I'm still doing that. I'm in as many inboxes as I can be, because, like I said, that was just one person. I have never heard anything else or any gripes or complaints about the way that I tried to put myself out there. And then, as I tried to explain to her, that's the only way I know is, if it wasn't for social media, I would have books in my trunk and be talking to strangers, approaching them in the streets like, hey, you want to read my book? So regardless, it's a marketing strategy. Everybody is a stranger to me. I don't know these people in real life. So the only way to build a rapport with anybody is to introduce myself and speak about myself, what I'm doing. And I was just thrown by that because I didn't ask for any promotion or anything. I literally just asked everybody if they could just check out my book and give me feedback. I don't I don't do it for like, hey, promote me or nothing like that. I just want some eyes to be on it so that people could tell me, is it good? Is it bad? What can I work on? Because at the end of the day, y'all are the readers. So if I could get feedback from the readers, then that will help me be a better author. So that's why not try to put it in front of readers and tell y'all, especially when so many eyes are on like the most talked about books, like whatever books are popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just this little guy. So I want to try to bring the notice to my book too, because I'm like, well, hey, when you're done reading that popular book over there, there's a little book over here, that I'd like for you to check out, and see what you think. That's it. So my way of doing things is to be in the inbox, introducing myself, and and speaking about my book. I don't know no other way. So
I think you did absolutely the right thing. Um, I think sometimes people, I'm trying to be nice, but I think I'm not. I think sometimes people just shoot their own self in the foot.
yeah.
And I think that if you call yourself an influencer, you have to expect that authors, especially new authors, are going to jump in your inboxes. And this is for the readers, this is not for the authors. They're going to jump in your inbox and saying, hey, can you read this? Or do you mind reading an arc? Or do you, whatever, whatever. You're going to have a lot of unknown authors in there. You're going to have a lot of new authors. I mean, some more seasoned authors in there. I get all kind of authors now that I do pop your shit and I do read, but I read. If you can't do it, it does not hurt the author. It does not hurt you to tell the author, thank you, but no thank you. I can't do it. And you don't have to give a reason. It is up to that author to say, okay, well, thank you. I appreciate your time and keep it moving. But when you go to the left, like that lady went to the left on him, that make me want to come outside my skin and act a whole damn fool. Because this man does nothing wrong.
It just backfired on her. That's
did.
all.
And it did. But as a big sister, this is big sister energy coming. I ain't the only one that feel that way. So when you fuck with new authors or someone who's trying to gain your attention to so that they can put eyes on their books, it's to put eyes on the books. They not trying to talk to you. They don't give a damn about you. Unless they say that. Stop reading so much into the situation. So I just had to say that as best I could. Because I would be in trouble. I be in trouble sometimes. But as a big sister, I feel like little brother energy for me. And when you fuck with little brothers, that don't end well for people. Because again, you don't know who he knows. You don't know what kind of reach he may have in this space. So be careful, tread lightly, be polite. It's not hard. It's not wrong to say no, but you don't have to go somewhere.
Leave me on scene.
Exactly. So anyway, that's gone. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions because I know you out on vacation and stuff like that. So do you identify best with Romeo?
I do. When the bottom comes out, then y'all see who I really identify with. My character's name in the bottom is Kadeem Barnes, aka KB. So, but yeah, Romeo has the aspects of, like I said, from being a new person in the street life, and being real green. Definitely that aspect, and the quickness to fall for females that ain't for me. Instead of noticing like the good ones in front of me. So,
but I mean, when you ain't never really had none, I mean, and they throwing ass everywhere.
Man.
It just happens.
Circles, triangles, squares.
It just happens. And then taking to the fact that he is still young. He's still young. He a boss at 16, 17 years old, so you gotta take into consideration that. What has being an author taught you about yourself?
I guess like that for me, being an author has taught me it's a better way. Because I'll say writing saves me from, that's my release now compared to how I used to be. Like I use it to tell stories that's in my mind when a situation happens, so like a lot of scenes, dark scenes in my books come from a situation could have happened, and then now I'm picturing, doing something to that person. So I use that as motivation in the scenes, or like writing the street lit for me keeps me out the streets because now I can live it in my books.
Have
I
to be
don't
in the
have the
streets to do
desire.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the desire to be out there no more. I'll just write about it, and that's good enough for me. So it just being an author just shows me there's a better way, a better release for these things that used to get me in trouble and got me so much time. And I really wish I discovered it sooner, but I'm glad I have it now because now I got so much ideas in my head because I didn't really write when I got out because I was working and stuff. So like being able to do these collaborations with these other authors and stuff like that, I'm just honored because I'm getting these things out quick because I just have them built up in my head to where they wonder like, you wrote that story fast. Yeah, I've been sitting on some stuff, and all it takes is the theme for me to get it out, and I'm done. Because I'll be writing at work. I'll be on my phone at work, or I'll take my laptop to work, and I'm just flowing. And I keep a pad and a notebook in my work backpack, so it's nothing for me to do. So I'm just grateful, and I love meeting all these new authors, and my Kindle library is stacked right now. Trying to read and catch up.
So you and I are going to be working on a project together.
Yeah.
I'm dipping my toe in the pond, y'all. I'm dipping my toe in the pond. And thank you, sir, for the encouragement. I appreciate it. I think you was on the live when I read a little piece, and you was like, "Yeah, that's how it goes."
More.
So thank you for that. I don't think I've ever said thank you. So thank you. No, from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate the encouragement. What is the response from your friends? That you was out hanging out with in the streets. Or that's behind the walls. What's the response that they, now you're an author, and I know behind the wall, but what are your friends and your family saying about, okay, he might be doing something?
So as far as friends, female friends, they love it. I don't have male friends. I don't. Anybody that I had ties to, I respectfully told them what I was on and cut them out my life. But like at work, people buying my books is crazy. They love them. My family, my mom won't read it. Won't read nothing that I write. My dad, he is reading New to the Streets, and he also has true fiction too. So he wrote me about New to the Streets. He's like, I like this story, And my dad's not even that kind of guy to my dad raised me, the acts I have as far as not being a user or anything like that. I learned all that from him. He's what I know about a father. As much as there's bad reps on black fathers, my dad was awesome. Took on all four of us kids at the time by himself, working 2 jobs as a fireman and working at Wendy's. I got a lot of love for my dad. So his input means a lot to me because, my dad's been through some struggles with me as far as like the police coming in the crib and all that stuff. So him seeing how I am now, it means a lot to where he's telling me he's proud of me. And I haven't ever heard that from my dad. So it just feels good that I could do something that he's proud of, despite what I'm talking about in there. But he knows I'm not lying about what I'm writing about because I'm his only child I've lived that. His feedback means a lot. I have my other family, my mama Tammy. She took me in like when I was in juvie. I used to get home passes to see her. She supported me. And then my homeboys locked up though. Man, they're trying to get a hold of the books, and so I'm trying to figure out how I can get it in there because where they're at in Kentucky is like if you're not in that catalog, you can't get that book. So I'm putting in overtime to try to figure out how I can go about that to get it to them. But I tell them about the interviews and I read them the reviews on Amazon and stuff like that, and they're hype. They're hype. My one homeboy tried to call me before my interview. I'm like, bro, you gonna have to call me back. And he's like, man, do your thing, dude. They just love hearing the success, you know, because so many people, I know from my years being in there, so many people get out and they're right back in. You know, they haven't changed anything. And, you know, they're just proud to see that I'm sticking to everything I said that I was going to do. And like I say, I want to bring them the opportunities too. So that's all I'm doing is trying to get in position for them. Because I have a homeboy QB, he's got a book. He writes nonfiction though, and he has a book. He sent it to me. I've been trying to format that. Thank you, Storm. I've been trying to format that and get it out there because I don't know nothing about like nonfiction writing. So I'm going to help him get his book out there while he's still locked up because he's got a bid of 99 years, you know, but he has a story that's of being wrongfully convicted and stuff like that. So I think it's a great story or a memoir, whatever, to put out there. So, yeah, the feedback's great though. And I just like that I can lead by example for them, show them that, you know, you don't have to live that street life. It's opportunity out here, you know, whatever their craft may be, because I can't even explain how much talent it is in there. It's crazy. Everybody has, like, it's so many singers in there, rappers in there, writers, playwriters. It's just crazy. I just want them to have that opportunity to let the people hear, you know.
Right. One thing that I loved about Romeo and Zara is how you humanize them. You didn't just tell us about the story. It showed. I felt it. Is it hard to humanize your characters?
No. So that one of the things I learned, like I seen Storm was interviewing Wahida Clark earlier, and for me, Wahida Clark is the first book outside of Donald Goines that I read. I read Thug Lovin' long ago, and that's where I kind of picked up my storytelling, the POV, you know, the first person aspect. And I used to wonder, like, man, how can she flip from these different characters, you know, and make them seem so separate, you know? So it's easy for me to write in these different character forms because when I'm writing their chapter, I'm in their head. You know, I can see it through their eyes. So it's not even hard for me to take on like seeing things through Zara's eyes because I take it from so many conversations with females that they've had with me when I make these mistakes and or things like that. Or a lot of females mentored me on things like just as trying to be like have more emotion or things like that. So I just kind of assume that thing through their eyes, telling the story as they would tell it or as I see it. So, and I kind of humanize them in that way by just assuming their body and just painting the picture for the viewers of what I'm seeing in my head or what I'm hearing, what I believe their thoughts would be.
Right.
So, yeah, it's easy for me, especially knowing these people because I base these off of people I know. So I kind of know how they are in life. So that makes it easier too.
One thing that I took it. Okay, so I read this book in 4 parts. And what I mean by that is I didn't want to put it down, but I 25%, 50%, 75%, and then I finished it. but I felt like I was reading a miniseries. That's what it felt like to me. I felt like I was reading a miniseries because I wanted to know when what's her name, Karma came, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on, Karma, wait a minute, how you gonna have him? Yeah, but then I understood because she has to appear as a ghost. She got to protect her anonymity and all of this. And I was like, please, I'm praying. I was like, please, Lord, please let him answer the right question. Because I'm gonna start. What is it? What's the new one?
Heart of the Streets.
Heart of the Streets next. But New to the Streets, sir. That read like a miniseries.
And
I see that as a miniseries. I need that is the new power, if you will, to me.
Yes, and Heart of the Streets opens up in. So I'll just pick it straight up from that. Him seeing Karma for the first time. So, yeah, it's definitely. I know everybody says power, but I mean, I wrote these before that show even came out. I wasn't thinking of nothing because, like in Kentucky, they wouldn't let us watch stuff like that. Our channels were so basic, so I kind of had to make my own series in my mind because I try to write them all like a movie. That's because I was in playwright class. To where I learned how to do screenplays and stuff like that. So I just applied it to my writing, which I was already very descriptive in my stories, but it just like after seeing the how to write screenplays and seeing how much they focus on detail to set the scene, that's what helped me like be better at my writing and stuff. So yeah, I try to write them all like a movie, and a lot of feedback I get is because I guess people don't like cliffhangers, and
it don't matter. Listen, if they're gonna read the story, they're gonna read the story. They may not want it as a cliffhanger, but I guarantee they're gonna go to book 2.
Yeah, they're gonna be in there. I tell people, well, I'm sorry, because if I don't throw the cliffhanger, it's just gonna be a big old book, So I gotta stop somewhere.
Exactly, and you did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. Like, I know I was supposed to be finishing up Jane Eyle's book, and I am. I'm going to do it this week. And I know I was supposed to be finishing up, and then I wanted to do A.A. Lewis's books, Uno and Dos, that released yesterday. Yes. But I got to finish.
Thank you.
I got to. I got to. So I guess I don't have no time this week to do nothing else but the books. I guess I don't, because next week I don't have no interviews. Oh no, that's a lie. I have an interview Thursday and Friday, and then I have something like the first and the second. So I got time to read it. So I'm gonna read it. Let's talk about the ingredients. What's the ingredients to a good character?
So when I speak about writing, when it comes to the character, that's kind of like I can't start the story if I don't know the character that I'm going to speak about. So like I said, the inspiration for Romeo was I did a lot of daydreaming, sitting down in the penitentiary. So I was just daydreaming, and I seen in my head the opening of Lazy, running past that house, and it's like things just got added to it. So when I'm thinking of the character, I kind of like, first I try to go to people I know in my life. So I try to be like, well, who do I know that like fits this scenario? And then that's kind of when I come up with the character, because I know so many people that they'll pop up in my head, and I kind of just start writing the characteristics of them for the story. So like Lazy, I know Lazy personally. That's somebody I know. The Javion, I know him. So I'm just using the names of these people that I know, and their character is the character I know them to be.
Right.
In the book. so it makes it easy for me. Now when I write the fantasy stuff, that's nothing to me. I really don't know how I come up with them characters, because I just see this wherever they are in my head, be it a vampire or whatever, they're in my head, and I just add a name to them. I just sit there and guess a name. Honestly, I don't, because I have fun with that, because I don't have to stick to nothing authentic. I can be in my own imagination when it comes to a fantasy character, so I can do whatever I want. Whereas in the street lit, I have to keep it authentic. So yeah, my character making is just going by people I know, and then writing them into the story. Which got me in trouble. Not trouble, but I got a lot of confrontation while I was locked up, because it might be somebody that's locked up with me, and here they are in my book, and then they approach me like, man, why you did me like that? I had this homeboy named JY. I put him in one of my books, and I had him get beat up by this female character. and brother caught me in the child hall. And mind you, brother, he's gang related, okay? So like he's the super big dog. And he's like, man, why you have me get beat up by a female, bro? I'm like, listen, bro, truthfully, like we used to stay in contact. We used to write each other, because we'd be at different prisons and stuff. I was like, bro, you don't know how to write nobody back. And I was mad. So when I got to that scene, I just had you beat up by her, man. You should have wrote me back. Like he was torn. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I do. I'm kind of, I hold grudges like that, So like females in my life, if they've crossed me, did me wrong, yeah, you getting wrote in the book.
But don't write me.
And I would. You be the OG. We be the OG in the book.
Oh, and thank you for my dedication in the new book. I saw that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Listen, I read it to my younger sister, and she's like, "That's what I'm talking about, bitch." I was like, "Okay, all right." She said, "You that one." Okay.
Definitely. Anybody who's had an impact on me, my journey in this moment, which I know is so many more people, but in the moment when I'm writing it, just the people that stick out in my head, I wanted to do that, because it mean a lot. It do. So.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Are you an outliner, or do you just write out the seat of your pants?
I wouldn't say I'm an outliner, because I don't know what the story is going to be. I'll know the opening, and I will jot down my characters that I think about. So like in my notebooks that I had, I used to always write on the back the characters, their description. But that's it. Because once I have the characters, I just, like I said, I'll write a part, then I'll sit down, daydream that part in my head, visualize it, and then whatever plays next after that daydream, because your mind wanders and stuff. So whatever my mind wanders to, I'd sit up and I'd write that out too. So that's kind of how I throw books together. I'll write as far as I could go, then put the pen down, lay back, and close my eyes and visualize it, and let it play out. And then wherever it plays out into, I'm gonna write it down. So that was kind of my process for all my books. Because I had so many memories of situations that play back in my head. Because when you're locked up, all you got is time to reflect, So I did a lot of reflecting, and a lot of those reflections ended up being good stories in my book. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know outlines, just character names. That's it.
That's cool. So can you tell everybody what genres you write in? And then I have a second question after that.
Also, I write urban fiction, and then I have now explored into other genres as far as I'm getting to collaborate with Shannon, who still hasn't told me how my part that I wrote in there, if it's okay or not. But that's a dark romance, slash
Okay.
urban. You know, I got to add the urban side. And then fantasy, which I'm doing with the 7 female authors, black authors, about the beauty shop is the center of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the erotica with Q, and y'all, all these various offers and voices. Like I'm waiting to see that one. The titles y'all have, I was slick mad. Some of them were stolen already. You know, y'all had the titles that I wanted. You got the good one with the trucker and stuff. Uh, so yeah, I'm ready to see how that one turned out.
Well,
But
heavy load is almost done. It's about done. Heavy
I
load
just
is.
knew it when I heard that. I'm like, man, who got that one? I said Nicole. I said, oh yeah.
Wait a minute. I can't wait to see who does Uber Eats. I
Uh,
know who's doing. Tylee's doing Uber Eats, but I can't wait to see.
Light skinned sister. Yeah,
She go get you. I can't wait. All right, so let's find out a little bit about you. So, what's the one thing? What's the one thing people would be shocked to know about you?
to be shocked, man. I'm soft. I'm soft. I write hardcore stuff, but I'm so I don't want confrontation. I try to avoid it. I'll try to. I'm tender. You know, I'm a tender dick, whatever they want to say.
Whatever, you are not a.
Uh,
Stop playing.
and listen, people see me and think I'm a player and all this. No,
You not?
I'm out here trying to learn what love is. That's all.
You might be trying to learn what love is, but you ain't. You ain't. It ain't stopping you from playing in them streets.
I'm a terrible player, man. I get attached if it's good. So yeah,
Look,
that's.
Natalie says she don't believe you.
No, but to the surprising thing learned about me, which people say I don't speak on enough, is that I am a PEN Award winner. In 2022, I won a PEN Award for my play. So the PEN Awards are for playwrights that are incarcerated. So it's a yearly award where they get all over nationwide. MA send in their plays, and then they pick, 1 through 3. And I tried for a lot of years to try to win PEN. And I write comedy when it comes to plays. So they didn't accept comedies. Like comedies didn't win. They wanted the struggle of being locked up. And I never wanted to tell that struggle because my thing is I'm already locked up. I don't want to sit here and reflect and tell y'all what goes on,
Right.
about so-and-so getting poked up or things. I'm not telling them stories. I want to make you laugh. So I do satire, and I submitted a lot of satire stories and never won. So then I finally made a play called Can't Win PEN, where I'm making fun of not winning it because I only write comedy. So it ended up getting second place PEN Award in 2022. So I am a playwright. I can do them 10-minute plays, and I'm going to make it controversial because I take situations and I flip it. Like I had a Maury one where how they do who's the daddy or whatever. I did one of the woman not believing she was the mother of the child. I did one of the Titanic where I made Jaquez. I made him the only black person on the boat. So I kind of told her from that side, but keeping like some of the same lines from Titanic. And then I did I did one called Tone Up, speaking about how I feel opportunities are presented to people with lighter colors. So like the story was like a dark skinned dude coming in and trying to lighten his skin so that he could get better opportunities and at certain things. So I just tell satire plays and I add comedy to it. So that's a thing people are surprised to hear about me.
I didn't know that. I'm very shocked to know that. But congratulations.
Thank you.
Um, What genres do you want to get in?
Man, listen, I got collaborations I want to do. I want to work with everybody, you know, cause I'm a writer at heart. I just want to work with everyone. Um, and I want to work with T Lynn. You know, she
You
said
know, that would be good.
she got some stuff going on, but I told her to keep me in mind. Um, I'd love to work with shoot, Wahida Clark, K1, is just anybody. I don't care if you write. I want to work with you no matter what the genre is. I feel like I can adapt my thinking. I'm going to keep some urban in there, you know, but I can tweak it to fit whatever genre I can write. I feel I can write anything and it'll be a challenge. I love the challenges of dipping into stories I don't tell, you know. But keeping it fictional though. I don't want to tell anything real. True fiction stuff. But I say the genre I really want to get into more of is the dark romance stuff because I feel I already have that dark stuff in my stories. But I want to turn it up a notch because I got some crazy stuff going on in this head of mine.
And you need to put it on some paper.
I do. I do.
I think, but you know what? I don't doubt that it wouldn't be a number one seller. It's just getting it into the hands of these folks.
It is. It is.
That's it right there. What's easy for you to write? What genre is the easiest for you to write, and what's the hardest to write?
Urban anything is easy for me to write just because, like I said, I have those experiences. And like the dark stuff they talk about, I've seen stuff happen that's dark, like that wouldn't, you know, other people they imagine, but I've seen it firsthand. So that's easy for me. Hard. I'll say I think a paranormal would be hard for me because you know, like the ghost stuff and all that. I mean, I don't know about all that. How I could write that. I think that would be a challenge for me and hard for me to do because I don't know much about it outside of like watching Ghostbusters or something. You know, I don't know. But yeah, probably that'd be hard.
Okay. Do you read and watch your reviews?
As far as do I read my books? I don't.
Well, the reviews, your reviews to the books when people do write reviews.
Oh yes, yeah. I pay attention to them. Like, and I mean, I laugh at some because I know the very first review I got was on New to the Streets about me using the word matter of factly in my book, and I'm just talking how I talk. So I guess that was new. And then they also didn't understand me adding where I had the characters speaking about the author. But like I told
genius.
Yeah, I tell people that's my signature because when I was locked up, people would come to get my books and they're getting it in the paper form. You know, they got the hard copies of my stuff. And I didn't want anybody to get shipped with my book or anything like that. And a lot of times if somebody was in possession of your stuff and was about to get shipped off and you're telling them like, hey, I need you to get my book back from them, they're going to ask you, well, how do we know it's your book? And then I could just be like, well, listen, if you just read this little section right here, it's going to say, you know, they're going to shout out me as the author. You know, the character is going to be speaking about the author. And that's my silent signature because they don't know what page it's going to be on and they can't steal my stuff because it's in there and it's tied in there.
Right.
So you would have to change the whole story to take it out, you know, or whatever. So, yeah, but they didn't understand why I did that. So that, I mean, I guess that got started taking away, but that's fine.
That was genius. I like that. I saw that. Yeah. You did it a couple of times.
Yeah, and I do it in all my books, you know, because them is my characters. Right. And like I just kind of used the way Stan Lee did it in his movies, you know, he pops up in his movies all the time. So I was like, well, that'd be dope if I'm going to do that in my books, you know. So even when they shoot the movie, y'all gotta have me in there because my character's gonna speak about me as the author. So yeah, that's why I did. It's my silent signature.
Okay. What's the one thing you will always include in your books?
Sex. I love it. My characters is always gonna eat something. So yeah, that's gonna be in there. I don't care.
In every hole.
Damn right, it's gonna be in there. Sure can. They gonna be a munch and they gonna be tender. My character's gonna be tender and they gonna be a munch.
Correct. Down. What's too far in a book? What won't you ever write about?
I don't know. I'm not going. I don't know because so much stuff has happened. The situations. I'm not gonna put no. My characters, the age of them is gonna be similar, but even if I write it different, it's gonna be from a female side. It's not gonna be a dude on some perv stuff. I just can't. I can't write that type of stuff. But that's about the only thing that won't be in my books. Everything else, like I said, experiences happen, and especially in the street life, man. If you've been in the streets, you know about all this heinous stuff going on, and it's ugly, but it happens. So I'm not going to fake like it don't, and I'm going to speak on it, but I'll never like harp on it or anything, or try to sell my book based off of it. But I never know. My street stories is just hood stuff. Is the stuff I've seen. So if it rubs people wrong, I'm sorry, but we're not going to act like this stuff don't happen out here.
Right.
So that's all I could say.
Do you ever want to become traditionally published?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think my thing is I like that I have all these books and I can just put them out whenever. I don't have anybody telling me how to write, because like the stories I tell, I'm releasing as they are. So like it may be stuff in there that have changed, because like when I first got locked up, there wasn't no like Instagram wasn't like this major thing. TikTok wasn't a thing. So like I don't have that stuff included in my stories, and a lot of the stuff is kind of told in the time that I wrote it, like 2014, 15, like back then. But I don't have anyone trying to make me add things in there, because I remember being in my playwright class, and the teacher was always trying to get me to add, like the ugly side of prison stuff, the sissies and stuff like that. Like I don't want to put that in my books because I'm not in that. I'm in the prison, but I'm not in them circles. So why am I going to talk about circles that I'm not in?
Right.
In my plays and stuff. And he always wanted that stuff in there because he felt like that's what sells. I don't care. I'm not doing it to sell. I'm going to give you the story of me. I'm going to have my characters based off the things I know. My principles, my morals, are going to be in these characters. And it's not to knock anybody's lifestyle, but I didn't live that lifestyle. So I'm going to tell you the lifestyle I live. So yeah, I don't, when it comes to the publishing thing, I'll definitely look at an opportunity, but I haven't been offered that opportunity. So I can't say if I do it or not.
You never queried either, right?
No. And I just like, I like my freedom I got right now. I like when
write
people
what you want to write, how you want to write it.
Yeah, when people be like, I didn't even know you put that out. Like when I put out Scandalous, nobody knew about it, even though I was talking about it. But I didn't have nobody like, no, you need to hold that, wait to release that or anything like that. So I like that freedom. that I got with that.
Okay. Describe yourself in one word.
Loyal.
Okay.
I'm loyal
I
to
like that.
yeah, to those who are, loyal to me. Like loyalty is my biggest thing. It's something that was instilled in me when I was in the streets. Like, and like when people don't have it, it bothers me so much. So yeah, I'm a loyal, very loyal.
I see that. I got you on that one. Um, Name something everybody loves but you hate.
Something. Hmm. That's interesting. I don't know. Something everybody loves. Money, I guess. I don't like the behaviors and stuff that comes behind money.
It's
So
not
yeah,
that you hate money, you don't like the behavior behind it.
yeah, I don't. Or like what people are willing to do, the way they worship it, I hate it. So yeah, money.
Okay.
I know I need it, but I hate it. You know.
Okay. Um, if you could induct three authors to the Black Authors Hall of Fame that I just created,
Mm.
um, who would they be?
Donald Goins, Wahida Clark, and it'd be a toss of K1.
Okay.
That's the three I'm coming with. Um,
Okay.
just cause man, they inspire me so much. Like uh, reading their reading their books. Cause I mean I read a lot of authors and stuff, but those three are like my goats right there. So
Okay. If you can invite five, you know my favorite question. If you can invite five authors or writers to dinner, and they can be different from the Hall of Fame, or they can be the same. It's up to you. Dead or
mhm.
alive, who would they be?
All right, so definitely still my same three. Donald Goins, K1, and Wahida Clark, Maya Angelou, and um, I don't know if he was a writer. Well, no, he was a director. So I guess another Tupac. You know,
Because he's a writer. He's a
yeah.
poet. Yes, that would be interesting.
I would say Lil Wayne, but he don't write nothing, so he's not a writer.
Why would you
He,
bring that?
he's off the top of the head, man.
Why would you want to bring him though?
Because that's man. Listen, that's man. Wayne got me through a lot of times.
I'm not saying his music is not good, but his politics is awful.
Man, I don't. So I don't. A lot of times I don't look at the politics of a person. I look at their talent. So like the talent, if I can, be, blown away by the talent, I try to ignore the politics side because he do be saying some crazy stuff, but he do so much. You know that cup, he gotta let that cup go, man.
Yes.
That be altering his mind, but just his work ethic alone, the way he just puts out projects and stuff like that, I feel like
There's something there.
yeah, so definitely.
Listen, I'll be there to serve the alcohol. Just let me know what I'm serving. I'll be there to serve it. All right. Fill in the blank. Blank is life.
Family is life.
My pen is.
Dope.
Okay. Where do you see the Cold brand in 5 years?
I feel through the help of the like you, Storm, Shannon, um, you know, the way y'all have helped me. I see it in Hollywood, honestly. Because just with so many people, how they say the way New to the Streets reads, and even True Fiction. I know you haven't read True Fiction yet, but the way that reads, yeah, I see Hollywood as in 5 years. So
Listen, I'm trying to write everything down so that I don't miss nothing. Nicole can read it. This is what I would love to see. I would love to see a anthology with you, King Benjamin, Micah, Ernest Lee, and Cartier, and any other male author. And I want to see an anthology with just the male authors.
look, I don't put it out there because Storm had a great idea about the motorcycle club. I've already got, I'm doing a standalone one of motorcycle club, but I feel I wanted to branch into an anthology with everybody, that you name. So I'm definitely.
What can I do to help? Pull them together?
Yeah, because I could get in their inboxes. Me and Micah, we've already talked about it. I know he's on board with it. And these other brothers, I don't know like that. I haven't really had conversations with them. But
reach out to King Benjamin. I mentioned it. I kind of lightweight mentioned it to him. But I would love to see that.
Yeah, he followed me, so and I have it ready. I'm ready.
I would love to see Cartier in there too.
Yeah.
If you and Cartier match out, y'all match nasty. You and Micah match crazy. Listen, the crazy be crazy in, okay? So I would love to see that. If you would like for me to reach out, I would most definitely reach out.
I'm for it. I've been working on. I don't have a title. I got a title for my one, the Ducati mob that I'm doing. But as far as like the collab one, I got the little cover idea, but all I need to know is if they with it, I'll work on it. They know I'll crank mine out.
All right, myself a note. I would love that. And I know we've talked about it, but I would love to see it. Just me as a reader.
Definitely.
I think that would be dope. I think that will show other authors, male authors who want to be, or male writers who want to be authors, that it is in fact possible, and that you can have the success that you guys are having and will continue to get. So, yeah.
And even if they're, just starting out as a male, just starting out as a writer. I mean, like I said, I'm open to do work with anybody because I know so many people say, I've always wanted to write a book, and my thing is I want to help. I'm not even looking for nothing. I don't even have to collab. I will advise. I will help you. Because when I was locked up, there's so many books that I started and gave to people who told me they wanted to be a writer. So I'll start it, give them about 3 chapters, and give it to them. Like, here, see what you do with this, and take off with that. So I have stuff that ain't even mine because I've given it away, just to help somebody achieve that. So
did they do it?
I have no idea. I know they cheese they're having it, but knowing them, it's probably sitting under the rack somewhere. Or I hope they've expanded.
So they can never say the opportunity was not there.
Never, because I've given it, great ideas that, before I was made parole, I did 10 chapters, and it was the guy that slept in the bunk in my same pod, and he was telling me the story, and I'm writing it for him, giving it to him, and then I made parole. I didn't get to finish it, and I just gave it to him, like, here, just continue it, So they've got the opportunity in their hands, and that's just how I want to be for anybody that has a story, wants to write. I'm here to help. You know, I don't even got to collab. Nothing. My name got to be nowhere on it. I will help you start your story. I will help you tell what you're trying to tell and give you the advice.
How to proceed, how to get it.
Yeah.
I love that. I do too, Natalie. I love that. All right. Let's see. You ready to pop your shit, sir?
Yeah, the only way I know how.
You know what? Fool. Okay. So how many projects can we anticipate for 2025? The remaining of 2025?
So I put up a video of everything I'm working on. So I'm working on one, Your Only Fan. I'm trying to make a suspense thriller dealing with the OnlyFans stuff. And, my motorcycle one, Ducati Boys. The Bottom, which is the very first book I ever wrote. I'm finally going to put that out there. Then I got my Gargoyle one for Storm. I've been working on that like crazy. My whole vacation time here, when I'm done out here on the beach, I go back. So I'm cranking that one out. And then I'm not sure when the erotica stuff is, but I know I'm done with mine. I did my 3 on and turned them in.
I think she said May 9th she wants them turned in.
Okay, yeah. Well, I cranked them things out, and then the fantasy one, Tangled Trestles, I believe is the title, with the other female authors about the beauty shop. My character is a barber. I've already done that. I finished that, so I'm not sure when they want to come with that. I know they were shooting for the end of the year, so definitely that. But y'all could at least expect 4 or 5 from me. And they're going to come fast, so I'm trying to do it every month. But yeah, they're on the way.
Okay. All right. How can the folks find you? Where's your social sites, website?
Okay, so as far as I know right now, my website, to find it, you have to go through my link tree. It's in my bio. So my link tree is the HTTPS and all that. linktr.ee/authorcode.
Okay.
Now bring up everything. My Instagram, my website that Shannon made for me. I'm thankful. It's long. It's like Convict Dreams Publications squared site, something like that. I'm probably messing it up. It's something like that. But it's the first thing. So I encourage people. I'm trying to get away from the paperbacks on Amazon, but so I'm trying to sell the author copies on my website, and not use the Amazon for my paperless. My paperbacks. But if you're going to do it on the Kindle, that's cool, because at least the KU gives me the 70%, but the paperbacks, I sign all of them. I'll do a little dedication in there and sell them on my website. I'm restocking them because I did sell out at my job. Everyone bought them, so I have more copies. I have Heart of the Streets. I know I have those copies ready to go. And I have Scandalous still. So I'm reading up on the New to the Streets and the True Fiction copies. So I encourage people to just use my website to get those copies from me. And then I'm mostly on TikTok. Y'all know I'm going to pop in the lives. I'll be able to be in Chicago October 18th. Can't wait for that, because I talk smack on here, but I love talking smack in person.
Wait a minute. Story said she talk crazy with space. I'm not gonna play with y'all because listen, I'm trying to maintain my relationships.
Listen, I'm all for it. I love it though. I'll take it on because, like I said, that's all we did when I was like those spades, dominoes, chess. I play all of them, and I talk smack. So please, I'll make her renege on purpose, just to end the game, so she ain't got to hear my voice no more. So I'm ready for that.
I can't wait. So you're coming to Chicago. Any other?
I am ready for the Vegas one as well next year in February.
Okay.
So yeah, so I kind of like allotted my vacation time is I only get 10 days of vacation, so I'm using it for the Chicago, and I used it for here, and then I keep the spare on me in case it's a day I don't feel like going to work. I want them to give me my vacation. But next year, I'm hoping to attend more book events. You know, I know Charlie, she's helping me, like she keeping me informed about what events are going on and stuff like that. So if they're close and I could get there like on the weekend when I'm off, I'm gonna be there. But yeah, next year my goal is to attend more so I can put myself out there even more, because I want to be accessible to people. I don't ever want to be somebody that people can't jump in my inbox and get a response from me, because I know I've been through that, of trying to hit up people and never get I don't get no response. So I never want to be that way, and I refuse to be that way. So I want to be accessible to the readers. I want readers to give me the feedback, give me the critiques, because I could take it. I promise. There's nothing. I've been roasted, that's joking for anybody that I've been joked on and everything. I've heard it all.
Say what you gonna say. If they don't understand what roasted is, then that's your audience.
Yeah, it ain't nothing you can say to me that's going to offend me. You can't do anything that's going to hurt my feelings. I promise that. If you do hurt my feelings, I'm going to put you as a character in the book, and I'm going to unalive you on the first page, so don't worry about it. Say what you got to say to me, so.
All right. Any shout outs, any advice for authors before I start with my church announcements?
I want to shout out Storm, man. I appreciate her bringing me up to Wahida Clark. I know she said she was going to do it, and I appreciate her for doing it. Because like I said, Wahida was a big influence for me. And like I told Storm, I tried to send my manuscripts in from the penitentiary, but she had closed the submissions down where she wasn't accepting them no more. So, I didn't get that opportunity to put my work in front of her. So I appreciate Storm doing that. I appreciate you for letting me come on, because this been one in the making right here for me to come on here. Tasha, and it's so many people, Coco, I be tuned in Today Morning Show. Y'all gotta check them out. I try to start my day with them. They my new Steve Harvey in the morning. A.A. Lewis for giving me the details on how to turn my book into an audio book. I'm working on it. I'm trying to put that money aside, So Shannon, I'm always gonna shout out Shannon. I love Shannon, helping me out. She always gonna give me my answer, except on my parts of the book, Shannon. I have to tell you the story. I need to know, am I on track or not, so I can make my changes if I need to make my changes. Man, I brought it up so many times and she ain't said nothing to me.
She said she love you too, but I guess your conversation is gonna be offline.
Yeah, but yeah. So that's the immediate ones I know of, and I know if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. The readers who read my books and or are going to read them, Stormy, please don't read it out of order. Please read New to the Streets first, and then read Heart of the Streets. That's the order for it. Check out True Fiction. I know y'all gonna love True Fiction. Scandalous. I know Scandalous is slept on right now, but I promise it's a story in there. It's not just freaking. So yeah, please check me out, man. I'm trying to be y'all favorite author. I know it might not happen for some people, most people, but give me a chance, man. Give me a chance. I got a story to tell too.
Well, you're one of my favorite authors.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
You're one of my favorites.
Man, my dad's single too, so yeah, I slide him your way. I know you was looking for fathers,
I'm looking for fathers. I'm looking for
Yeah, when
somebody
you was out,
happy.
when you was out, doing you was on the stroll looking, you know.
Listen, somebody happy needs to come hit me up just for a little while.
I'll be trying. My dad, he's locked in. He love working, man. I'll be trying to tell him he need to get out, And he's a
Listen,
good man. He's loyal, hard working,
nice to
retired
me, I'm nice
fireman.
to you.
He's a retired fireman, so he could carry you around and all type of stuff.
Stop playing calls. Listen, don't let me have you come your stepmama.
Hey, that's
I'm
long as
joking.
I'm on the promotion team, let's hook it up. I'll call you stepmama.
Get off our internet, sir. Get off our internet. All right, let me get these church announcements out, and I'm gonna let you go enjoy the rest of your vacation because you got to head back tomorrow, right?
I'm gonna shoot the pic in the DM. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy as hell. Um, let's see here. I done got sidetracked.
I'll tell you, he's real new to the street, so he's getting ideas in his head.
Oh my god! All
Yes,
right.
sir.
For consulting, I am doing author consulting, marketing consulting, public relations consulting. If you have those type of needs, I can consult with you, figure out a strategy, and help you get to where you're trying to go. If it's in my capabilities, I will do what I can. So you can hit me up on my website. The link is in my bio. I don't know how it's spelled, but it's in my bio. I know yeah, Shannon made my website too. So please click the link in my bio for that. Um, as far as my website, I will be starting a newsletter with all the authors that I'm working with, all the things that they have coming out. It will be under the Booked and Busy newsletter. So, authors, if you're interested in putting out new releases on the website, events and stuff like that, hit me up in my DM. I can give you my email is booked and busy. It's just like it's spelled right here, is that at gmail.com. So bookedandbusy at gmail.com. So if you're interested in that, hit me up and I can then add you to the newsletter. As far as my social sites, they're all in my link tree. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Storygraph, Goodreads, and I think that's it. And Threads, I'm sorry, and Threads. I am no longer on Fanbase. I'm no longer on Lemonade because it was a waste of my time. So I'm not there. As far as YouTube, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This interview in its entirety will be up on YouTube within the week. And just like and subscribe because if TikTok does go away, that's where my home will be, and you will catch me on Instagram. What else? Events. So Booked and Busy and Good Girl Reads is putting on our first event Labor Day weekend, September 4th through the 6th, 2026. We're doing the book and wine tour at Napa. So if you're interested in coming to that, we're only inviting 100 ladies or men, whoever wants to come. It's 100 people. We're going to cap it off at 100 because we want to ensure that you have a great wine experience, a great experience here in Northern California. So we'll be touring Napa. We'll be touring San Francisco, Oakland, Sausalito, and Half Moon Bay. So that's going to be a time. I will be at the Cali Authors Takeover with author Shelley P. in Los Angeles, California. That is April I don't remember the date. Sorry, Shelley. But that's in April of 2026. More information will be on my website as soon as I get the information correct. Because I know she's giving it to me. I don't have it correct. So don't, it's me. It's not her, it's me. I will be at the Boozy Book Tour. So I know they have three tours left this year. They have Raleigh, they have Virginia, and they have Chicago. I will be in Chicago. That is April 16th, Shannon or Storm? 16th, 17th, something like that. I will be there having a time of my life with KOLD, playing spades and talking shit and having adult time. 18. Having adult time and all the things with the people in Chicago. So if you want to come hang out with us and go to a bomb ass book event, come to Chicago, go to Raleigh, go to Virginia. It's a time and it's not overwhelming. Please understand this. It is not an overwhelming experience. It's not 9,000 people trying to get to one author. It is a time, and you have time to spend with the authors and buy books and still have a good time. So Raleigh is May 17th, Arlington, Virginia is July 26th, and Chicago is October 18th. All right? So we have Boozy Book Tour. Oh, and then in 2026, I will definitely be in Las Vegas at the Melanin Ball. I will also be in Denver at the Dungeon Night. Shh, don't tell nobody. Okay? MDAs will be signed for a reason. No phones will be for a reason. So if you see me doing something for a little something strange for a little change, don't say nothing.
Man, I'm trying to work on my signature.
So I'll be there. And I also will be in Seattle for the Seattle Boozy Book Stop. That will be a white shoe situation again. Mind your business. As far as some of my clientele, Sharice C. Carr, if you're interested in becoming part of her street team, please click the link in my bio. She is on Geneva, and all of her book discussions will be on there, as well as events that she will be doing, her health journey that she's going through. I don't know if a lot of you know, but she has some health issues, and she's making a comeback, and she's sharing her health journey with you. So please either follow her on her TikTok, Sharice's Journey, or Geneva, where she will be sharing recipes and things like that in her Geneva. Storm, please listen. Storm, that's my heart of all hearts. Shannon is my heart of all hearts. Tylee is my heart of all hearts. My book club is my heart of all hearts. Y'all, please support all these people and what they have going on. Shannon and Storm do the Boozy Book Tour. Storm has her website. She has her podcast. If you're looking for podcasting, please hook up with Storm. Slides respectfully into her DMs, and she can tell you what to do, or go to her website and she can give you further instructions there. If you're looking for an online bookstore, Shannon has the Literary DFW. If you're trying to get your book in bookstores, that is where you should go. If you're looking for a bomb-ass editor that know what the fuck she doing, Mark by Tylee is who you need to get your editing services from, because when I tell you, her stuff is fire. And if she can help edit the #1 book on Amazon by Jockwell J, then she can definitely help you. If you're looking for graphic tees, Mika G and graphic tees, hook up with her, because she does graphic tees. If you're looking for a morning show entertainment, the LaShawn and Mellow Morning Show is it. Okay? The LaShawn and listen, they say they not there for a long time, but just for a good time. And they there for the shits and giggles. Okay? So if you want your day started off right, hook up with LaShawn and Mello in the morning. And they're on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, and sometimes on Fridays. What else? What else? If you're looking for author merch, also Latoya Watts does author merch. She's done author merch for Jatoria C. She's done author merch for Sharice. Shannon also does author merch. So if you're looking for author merch and book boxes and subscription based stuff, Shannon is your girl. Latoya is your girl. They do all that stuff. That's the gift that God gave him. He didn't give it to me, so he gave it to them. Let's see. I think that is it. More information will be coming for Dirty December. We will let you guys know what's going to be happening in 2026 if we're going to Africa or not, due to the political climate. We do have Plan Bs in place. Pause.
Gotta keep them on deck.
No, they do have a second option in place that could possibly happen, but it also depends on the political climate. As you can see, our country's been it's country right now, and we have Wig in office, and he's doing what Wig does, is destroy shit. And then that's it, pretty much. If I missed something, I'm so sorry. But coming up on Pop Your Shit, so I have on Thursday Asia Cornish at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday, I have my cousin. Her name is Brianna, and she wrote a couple of children's books, and she will be on Friday. And that is it for the rest of the month. And I start off next month with Ty Lee on May 1st. So we're asking all things editing questions, her book reviews, and what she got going on. And then on Friday, May 2nd, I have Britt and her books. You know it's going to be a time. I don't even know how that interview is going to go, but it's going to go. And it's going to be a good time. And then on May 4th, which is Sunday, I have publisher and author Tina J. So I look forward to talking to each of them. I look forward for you guys coming back. Thank you guys for joining us. Any last words, Cole?
No, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody in the chat. You know, please read my book and leave me a review so I can get off of 6 reviews. I'm trying to get double digits.
And y'all, no, for real, the book is good. I finished it right before our interview, so I wasn't able to do my review yet, but it is going up today. The book is really good. And if you guys want a good story about 2 teens taking over, learning the ins and outs, and you got to keep in mind, these babies are young. They are young, but they doing it. They doing grown man business.
And and got to shout out the Urban Tea Room, because that apple cinnamon, and I got the strawberry. Man, y'all check out them teas. Man, them things is fire.
Yes, and if you're looking for things to put in your book boxes, or you want her to create a box of teas for your characters, please hit up Natalie from the Urban Tea Room, because I will tell you that Mason Neiman blend is all that and a bag of damn chips. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is a whole yes, ma'am moment. That tea is good, and it's loose leaf tea. So if you don't know how to steep tea, y'all might want to look on YouTube.
Google it. Google it, man.
Google it, because but I tell you, this is some grown people shit. Okay? Yes. So make sure you take, and that's who I knew I was speaking to somebody. So make sure that you're following the Urban Tea Room, Natalie from the Urban Tea Room. I don't know if she's a counselor. She that lady. She the couch lady. So if you don't like that, hit her up at Mentally Wealthy Coach TM. That is Natalie. She's a sweetheart, and she will help you or direct you into where you need to go. One more shout out is Chevelle from Reading is My Therapy. Did her live today. She was nervous. She got on the internet today, and I am so very, very proud of you for taking the chance to do what it is that you love to do. Baby, it's room for you on this app, in this space. So don't ever think that there's not. I'm going to always be a cheerleader for you. And that's that. So anyway, congratulations for taking that step out, leap of faith. When you go back on, tag us so that we can make sure that we support you. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for coming on. I will see you guys on Thursday live. I'll be in somebody's live probably tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. I still haven't cooked my dinner.
I'm about to go eat too.
You guys have a good evening and happy reading, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Bye.